This is Brett Stevens. On behalf of MilitaryBandsman.com radio, we want to welcome you to the second in a planned series of monthly broadcasts reviewing the prior month's activity on our website, www.militarybandsman.com. We also want to share current events and band news, as well as reunion dates and future military band performances. Did you know there was a combined U.S. Air Force, U.S. Navy, and U.S. Army band? Details at the end of this broadcast. Before we get started, we'd like to share a web link, realwarriors.net. Their group called Make the Connection is a public awareness campaign sponsored by the Department of Veteran Affairs designed to encourage help-seeking behavior among service members, veterans, and military families coping with invisible wounds. Visit Make the Connection at www.realwarriors.net/veterans/resources. MilitaryBandsman.com's sole purpose is to help reconnect veteran military musicians from all branches of service, past and present. It's a free website. Look at your band's roster to see who you might find. Let's get started by reviewing new members for February 2014. Please welcome U.S. Army Bandsman clarinetist Gary Perkins, U.S. Air Force Bandsman baritone player Kay Ream, U.S. Army Bandsman clarinetist Jack Bousman, U.S. Air Force Bandsman trombone player Patricia Bevins, U.S. Air Force Bandsman flutist David Brown, U.S. Air Force Bandsman trumpet player Jack Ryan, U.S. Air Force Bandsman pianist, string bass player, and trombonist Ray Mabalot, U.S. Air Force Bandsman bassist Blake Waters, U.S. Air Force Bandsman trombonist Bruce Bevins, U.S. Air Force Bandsman trombonist Rich Stichler, U.S. Air Force Bandsman saxophonist Mike Lyle, U.S. Army Bandsman guitarist and Chief Warrant Officer Bandmaster Bruce Schoenberger, U.S. Air Force Bandsman trumpet and string bass player Greg Von Buchow, U.S. Air Force Bandsman tuba player Robert Haltom, U.S. Army Bandsman percussionist Bill Blanchard, U.S. Army Bandsman French horn player Larry Devon, U.S. Army Bandsman percussionist Curtis Duckin, U.S. Army Bandsman trombonist Lyle Herrick, U.S. Army Bandsman euphonium player George Simpson, and lastly, Mary Kay Nelson, wife of the late U.S. Army Bandsman Ralph J. Nelson. Ralph was deployed to Vietnam with the 2nd Infantry Division Band, but spent the majority of his bandsman career at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, with the 399th Army Band. Mary has quite a few stories to share on our Army Bandsman Facebook group page. The U.S. Coast Guard Big Band will be playing March 30th at the U.S. Coast Guard Leamy Concert Hall in New London, Connecticut, and the U.S. Army Ceremonial Band will be marching in the New York City St. Patrick's Day Parade Monday, March 17th. We'd like to recommend this month's affiliate website. Have a look at our friends, the Navy Musicians Association at navymusicians.org. Website manager, veteran Navy musician Frank Mullen is doing a heck of a job representing the group. The Navy Musicians Association Annual Reunion 2014 will be held at Virginia Beach, Virginia, June 25th to the 29th. Info posted on their website. Our Facebook group has added 32 members in February and surpassed the 2,000 member mark. You can find links to these groups on our homepage, which is once again www.militarybandsman.com. And be sure to like our Facebook page. If you enjoy reading, check out our great feature, The Back of the Bus. United States Air Force musician Fred Robinson presents weekly excerpts from his book series, The Back of the Bus, The Life and Times of Military Musicians. Stories we can all relate to. This feature can be viewed by clicking on the buses on our homepage. The answer to our trivia question, did you know there was a combined U.S. Air Force, Navy, and Army band? The North American Air Defense Command Band, known as the NORAD Band, was formed in 1959 by Colonel Bammy Oldfield and was stationed at Peterson Airfield, Colorado. The band consisted of U.S. Army, Navy, and Air Force musicians, as well as musicians of the Royal Canadian Air Force. The NORAD ban was deactivated in 1979. Here's a salute to all military musicians, past, present, and future, and to all the veterans that have served our country in the United States Armed Forces. This is Brett Stevens, and on behalf of MilitaryBandsman.com, we hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and we'll be looking forward to you tuning in next month.